Top 5 rap website. You already know what's going on. Vinyl of the week number 10. A special edition. I got my dad here. We're gonna give him a few words to say something about Icecube, America's Most Wanted, Kill at Will EP. This is a double LP. Side one, we got America's Most Wanted. On the other side, we got Kill at Will. This is right after Icecube left NWA. So he was really, you know, a man on the loose. NWA was taking shots at him, 100 miles and running. And on the Niggas for Life EP, Icecube finally broke his silence. Of course, you know, this EP for Jackin' for Beats, that's the main track that people know, produced by Chili Chill. And also tracks like Who's the Man, The Product. Sir Jinx had a huge hand in the production. Dead Homies actually is produced by Icecube according to the credits. And America's Most Wanted, of course, which is the classic album. You can see that Public Enemy influence. Public Enemy, one of their first albums, their debut album actually was called It Takes a Nation of Millions. So you can kind of see he has like a nation of million people behind him here on the cover, with Icecube's leading the way. The KKK influence in the title. You know, he was going off, playing off that wordplay there. It's an album that's really respected. There are certain West Coast albums that are more respected by East Coast hip hop heads and journalists, like Me Against the World by Tupac, like America's Most Wanted by Icecube, because they were produced by East Coast producers. This was made almost entirely by the Bomb Squad. They did pretty much every track on this EP. Sir Jinx contributed a lot, because he did do the Kill at Will EP. He's also featured on a couple songs here on America's Most Wanted, but again, this is mostly Bomb Squad production. Some of my favorite tracks on here, I really like Once Upon a Time in the Projects. You know, has a real laid back beat, real West Coast beat. It's probably the most West Coast sounding song on the album, and the rest is just pure Bomb Squad, like 5-6 samples a song. And you've heard It Takes a Nation of Millions, you've heard Fear of a Black Planet, so you kind of know how that goes. Icecube, very political, socio-political on this album. And we kind of heard that on Straight Outta Compton. We kind of heard the socio-political aspect, but it was kind of drowned out more in the Compton gangster talk. But when he went solo and started working with the Lynch Mob and Sir Jinx, we really got the more aggressive political Icecube, which was continued on the Death Certificate. So I'm gonna have my dad say a couple words about this. This is one of his favorite albums.
When Icecube dropped this album, I think I was like 19 years old. So me and Icecube, we're around the same age. So this definitely was something that I felt, something that all my homeboys felt too, right? So just to paint the picture a little clearer, Icecube had left NWA and went to New York, right? So I was kind of mad at Icecube too, because NWA was my favorite group. So when he left, you know, I was feeling some kind of way, like, man. So NWA was taking shots at Icecube, and we heard he went to New York. It was like, man, he probably turned his style to New York style. We didn't know what Icecube was gonna come with. But what he did come back with, Icecube dropped a classic. He came back with a masterpiece. Some of my favorite cuts on the song, on the album, was The Nigga You Love to Hate, of course. Another one was I'm Only Out for One Thing. That was with Yo-Yo. Shout out to Yo-Yo.
Shout out to Yo-Yo.
Turn Off the Radio too. So, you know, Icecube, the early Icecube, you can play his stuff, just put it in and let it go. First song to the last song. Icecube was a monster with the lyrics. And just goes to show Icecube could paint a tale vividly. That's why it seems he was able to transform seamlessly into writing movies. Shout out to Icecube. Shout out to the Lynch Mob. Shout out to JD Behind the Walls. Definite classic, Icecube, America's Most Wanted.
Yep, Icecube, America's Most Wanted. So yeah, I do want to make a disclaimer. The Kill at Will EP came last. America's Most Wanted came first, May 1990. Kill at Will EP came last. Icecube, one of the greatest artists of all time. When you talk about businessman, someone who did movies, records. He was in 3 different groups. He was a leader in 3 different groups, and they all have at least one classic album to me. West Side Connection, the Lynch Mob, Gorillas in the Mist, and then Straight Outta Compton. So yeah, shout out to Icecube, shout out to America's Most Wanted, Top 5 rap website, Vinyl of the week, number 10. Peace.